And here we go. We got our first crew of the day coming in on approach. Cap's coming in a little hot. He's got Wifey working the lines, trying to get it ready. But I got a feeling it's going to get busy down here soon because off in the distance, we can see a storm rolling in. And that usually sends everybody scrambling back in. But we can see the lightning and hear the thunder. And typically, that makes for a mad scramble for the ramp at the end. And this crew scramble winds up working out okay, as our guy's able to get onto the pole right there and get this one brought in. But welcome back, crew, to the greatest show on earth, and that is the Miami Boat Ramps channel. I'm your host, Broncos Guru, and today we're at Black Point. So our next crew is trying to line her up right here. You can see them out in the middle of the water, but look at this flag, man. You can see the storm in the background now. Things have changed in just a few minutes down here. The wind is absolutely whipping. As you can see, these guys get caught in it, and it's dragging them from left to right across the screen. And he's going to have to power his way back. So goes ahead and makes the turn. Going to come in with a heavy bow-in approach. They've got the lines and stuff set up on the starboard side. And that's the way they want to go with this wind blowing like this. So he kind of gets it lined up off the dock. And they're like climbing over each other to try and get off this boat. I guess it's been a long day of boating when everybody wants off that bad. But again, they're probably scrambling because the storm's coming in. And I'm just guessing now at this point, they're like, let's get this thing loaded and get out of here before that rain comes. And they get it on. It should be good to go from here. So our next crew coming in on approach as well. Again, you can just see how this boat is sliding sideways with that wind and current. And he's not on a good angle. He's going to have to back this one out. Look at the bow just spin around from the wind being so hard. So he's got to watch out because, again, now, as we mentioned, the scramble has begun and lots of boats are coming in trying to beat the storm. So you can see another boat behind him. He thought he was going to back up and take that starboard side dock, which was going to be the easy one, and it got snaked on him because he passed it. And that crew have a pretty easy time. Now Cap's going to have to come back and probably going to have to battle for a port side dock. I don't think he's got an option for a starboard side one down here right this second. So there we go. He's going to power up. Man, really heavy on that throttle. Again, probably rushing, trying to beat the storm. Going to miss again on this one. Going to have to back out one more time. And that's twice now where when he's backed out, he's been real close with that bow pulpit to hitting the boat that was on the other dock. So trying to reevaluate the situation here. I think the only thing he's really got that he can pull off is just going to have to come with a steep bow first approach. Point that bow toward the dock that he wants to get off on. Let his buddy get off on the bow. Hopefully they got two lines on the ready and they can get it worked out. If they've only got one, because I only see one right now, that's ready to go, this is going to turn quickly on them. So, I mean, they could go with the side approach, hit the face dock, and try walking it up. Again, if you've got two lines, possibly, it does become a little more tough with that bow pulpit up there. So, he's going with the bow first approach, it looks like, trying to point the bow toward the dock he wants to go to. And his crew's going to make the step off, it looks like. Oh, but Cap hits reverse. That's not going to be good. Now we're going to have a tug-of-war battle. So he goes to grab this, trying to walk the bow pulpit around the pole as well, but they need another line. So Cap's looking behind him because they're drifting into the boat behind him. They're going to get a hand from that crew, but they need the mid-cleat. Not really. If you're going to leave the boat with only one line, I personally always believe that line should be on the mid-cleat. Now, I know that's easier said than done in most cases, but you're going to get the most control. If he had the mid-cleat line, he would have a way of pulling it over versus just pulling it forward from the bow. But there we go. They're going to bring it around and keep it getting it pulled over. And And our next crew coming in on approach, coming in a little hot. He's going to need to brake check this one, but as soon as he does that, the bow's going to kick out on him, and they're going to wind up missing. So he's going to have to back this one down and try and reline it up one more time. These days where it gets a little crazy like this are always fun ones to watch. They're not fun ones to be the captain of the boat on. I've been there, done that, and it really isn't a good time. So here we go, number 2, and he's committing this time, kicking the throttle and coming in a little hot. Wifey's working the lines. They've got fenders up front, but they're opting not to put them out for some reason. I guess, again, the rush factor, trying to beat this storm in. And they're going to get help from a good Samaritan over here on the dock. There you go, he's going to push him out to save him from the smack, but it didn't go deep enough as it's going to start kicking around on him. As you're going to see here in a moment, the stern's going to come around the dock. He's got the line up here, and they're pulling to try and bring it back around. But man, this is just the kind of stuff they're battling with today down here. So Cap just didn't bring it far enough forward. He needed a little bit more forward throttle to get the boat more lined up. And here we go. They're going to drag it around now. And our next crew coming in, and these guys are going to brave the port side dock. We haven't seen much of that because it's a difficult one to pull off. Even our young lady here on the back's just set up waiting to see if they're going to hit a boat behind him. But they get 2 lines off pretty easily, and they'll be good to go. And our guy is floating. This one's going to be interesting. With a small horsepower motor, yes, it's a smaller boat, he's going to struggle to fight this current. So the current's got him and is dragging him away from the docks now, and here he goes back into reverse. I think he's going to have a really hard time with this one. This is probably the most difficult way to do it when you're just pushing against that transom. So he's kind of stalled it right here. And he looks like he's having some sort of difficulty. And another crew coming in a little bit further down the docks. Funky angle on this one. Cap's either genius or a little crazy, because he is way wide. A little bit forward. If he gets a little forward on this, that bow's going to swing around on him. And man, he's going to be good to go, I think. He just misses the boat in front of him. He's going to get the light step off on the stern. Just got to make sure the bow doesn't hit too hard when it comes in. Getting shot blocked here, but overall, it looked a little crazy at first, but it worked out perfect for him, and he's got it on. And our guy was struggling for several minutes. I don't know if there was a mechanical issue or what, but eventually he is able to finally get this back onto a face dock over here, and he should be good to roll. And speaking of good to roll, we're going to go ahead and roll out of here as well. Thanks for watching, crew. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Miami Boat Ramps. If you did, please check out our other content. We have Wavy Boats, who does a bunch of great things down at the inlets. My channel, Broncos Guru, do some great comedy boating videos there as well. And of course, we got Boats vs. Haulover, where man and machine take on Mother Nature down at Haulover Inlet. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here.